Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today I want to talk about one of the best heroes in Dota. This is a hero with a current win rate of 55%, is going to be picked definitely a lot at TI, I can absolutely see it coming, and the laning stage we're about to watch as well as the mid and late game is a beatdown. It is a beatdown. This hero's silencer is nutty. If you're looking for a hero to dominate with in pubs and to just have crazy impact with in the support role, silencer is a fantastic option right now. And let's talk about why. By the way, guys, if you want to become absolutely broken, well, what you need to do is sign up to the GameLeap website down below right now. The reason why you should do that is because every single day we post a new video there. Content that you simply just will never get on YouTube, we post every single day to the website. It's really top tier stuff. I'm very proud of what I make over there. We also have other creators, many of my great friends who are top tier Dota players, creating guides about different heroes, different roles, different items, skill builds, talent builds, everything you need to know to get to the next rank. So if you feel a little bit lost, you're a little bit stuck, click the link down below. I'll see you guys there. And now let's get into the video. All right, so the thing about this laning stage is it doesn't actually look that clean, okay? What you're about to watch is gonna be a very messy laning stage. And that's what Silencer does best though. He makes laning stages messy. And guys, when you learn how to make the laning stage messy for the enemy carry, they won't get last hits. The enemy carry he's against is rank 485, okay? This is one of the better players in the world. And he has 9 last hits at like minute 5. It is crazy. And let's talk about how you can do that in your pubs as well. So the first thing to note about Silencer is you can play it as a 5 or a 4. It doesn't really matter that much. Honestly, the main thing to note though is that when you are playing Silencer as a 5, especially as a 4, make sure you have other heroes with control. This game they have an Initiating Dawnbreaker, a Void Spirit, and an Underlord. 3 melee heroes that can frontline. That is good with Silencer. You need stuns so that when you global, they can't just walk away. Now let's get into the laning stage. Okay, so the main thing in the lane is that you do not want to overcommit too early. At level 1, you generally want to take your Q. W is not bad and can be used to harass. I actually think it might have been better in this lane. But more often than not, what you're going to do is just take your Q and use it anytime the opponent might even consider to slightly commit. In that case, it's not like Morphling can really take much damage from the Q as he's not going to cast many spells, but it doesn't really matter. The goal here is to bully the carry. While bullying the position 5 or 4, depending on what lane you're in, is valuable, the main benefit of Silencer is the fact that this hero does a stupid amount of magical and pure damage. Damage that is particularly good against high agi carries. Now skipping ahead a little bit here, I just want to note how he trades. The main gist to understand about Silencer is that you're one of the best trading heroes in the game, but that's primarily because of the fact that glaives causes you to not draw creep aggro. So anytime you attack with glaives, it won't make the creeps hit you. That's massive. And so essentially, in the laning stage, if you can find any opportunity, the enemy team is going to play around this because they know this, but if you can find any opportunity to trade near the creep wave, it's massive. You dominate the lane as a result, because they're going to pull aggro and tank the creeps, you're not. And it creates this huge dynamic where Silencer just crushes trades. In this trade here, you're just going to kind of see him trade to a low HP pool. Make sure you're spamming mangoes and just a ton of regen. He had 3 tangos already, and he's going to be buying even more mangoes throughout this laning stage. And the gist here is you just want to spam your spells. You can see how crazy this hero is at trading, even just within this engagement. Then he's going to back off, pop a salve. Eventually, he'll use his mangoes to pop his Q again, as you see here. And he's just going to continue to run at Morphling. If you have a position 3 hero like Underlord or any sort of position 3 hero that can tank the damage of the 5 reliably and is almost happy to do it, you should stand on the left side of them, right? Opposite from where the 5 will be, and just hit the carry. Just hit them. There's nothing they can do about it. And most carry players in most brackets have no idea how to react. And so often they'll end up manning up or just eating a ton of damage. But yeah, that's the key thing. Just play around your teammates. You can see a really nice Q here that sets up for a good Q for the Underlord, and he's just going to continue to beat down this Morphling. It's pretty tragic how much damage Morphling is taking here and how much regen Silencer actually forces out in the laning stage. And yeah, believe it or not, he's just going to repeat this over and over again. Note that in your pubs, guys, this is something I've been teaching to a lot of support and core players as of late. If you want to go on someone in pubs, which Silencer does 24/7, what you need to do is just ping them. Okay, this is a bit separate from the silencer video, I know, but it literally is game-changing. And FNG, right, the support player for Alliance, who we're watching, does it here. And I just want to show you guys, even in the top ranked games, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just ping. You see how he pings here? A little bit of a ping tells Underlord to step up. They can use some synergy, and once again, just annihilate this Morphling's HP pool. Now, if your lane is going extremely well, and you're in a favorable matchup, let's just say things feel like they're going pretty well, what you want to do is take the second point in Glaives. It's a kind of a psycho build. It really is a bit of a psycho build, but the thing is, the int duration goes up, but most importantly, the int to damage almost triples, right? It goes from 15 to 35. It's really incredible, the amount of damage you actually get from taking a second point in the Glaives of Wisdom. And so that's what he's going to go for. Morphling is a hero with really bad range and that can't naturally trade with Silencer or threaten him early on, so the second point in Glaives works well here. If you think your lane is really bad, then you should just leave it at level 1 and prioritize taking the second point in Q and eventually a point in your E at level 4. But yeah, notice how he also bought another 3 mangoes. My man is spamming mangoes. Please, spam mangoes, spam salves, and just win the lane. Silencer doesn't need items. You don't need items, neither do you really want items. Like, just give the items to your teammates. Look at the CS, okay? He has created so much space and soaked all of the damage in this lane as a Silencer that the Underlord is 32 and 18 to the 11 and 1. And if you guys might be saying, oh, that's not because of Silencer. It's because of Silencer. It's because of Silencer. Yes, the Underlord is obviously good at CNCing and denying to have those numbers at this timer, but it is mostly the fact that Morphling can't even walk up. If he walks up, he just gets hit every single time. You need to be this annoying. Just play with your teammates. Now, the next gist of Silencer is kind of just like playing with your high-tempo heroes. In general, in this game, the person he wants to play with is Void Spirit. It's that simple. Dawnbreaker's not bad as well when Dawnbreaker hits 6, but for the most part, Void Spirit's going to determine all the plays this game, so he should just either farm a lane, defend a tower, or play with the Void Spirit. So you see in this clip here, we're going to see some good global silence usage. You want to use global silence when they're hard committed, not when they're soft committed. So once he sees like this arrow come out, he's like, okay, this guy's going to get chain stun, I'll follow up with a global. That global is going to cancel out leaps into Starstorm, the second enchant totem, and buy enough time for Void Spirit to come in here, not save the Dawnbreaker, but buy enough time where they have to way overcommit on the other 2 heroes, and they pick up a double kill. So beautifully done on the global there. Notice how a lot of players in that scenario would have cast a global 5 to 10 seconds early, and as a result, yes, the Dawnbreaker would live, but they wouldn't be able to get return kills, and that's what you're looking for. Bait your teammates. On that note of playing with your teammates, notice what he does right after this play. Not surprisingly, he smokes his Void Spirit. And this is what you should be thinking about. How do I enable my teammates? And yeah, fight's pretty simple. You just chuck out your spells and start auto-attacking. And that's it. This hero's really easy. Now, skipping ahead, Silencer is one of those heroes that obviously can't make plays, so let's say your team is not doing anything. Just stack. Like, that's it, guys. If your team's not making any plays and the game's AFK, which I know happens a lot in pubs, either shove in a side lane with your Q, or stack. I think stacking is generally better because, as I said earlier, Silencer doesn't do that much with items. You'll notice that FNG later on into this replay queues up in Ags, and that's cool and all, but really focus mostly on just stacking and buffing up your teammates. Now also you guys might be wondering, why is Silencer so good right now? The main reason why is because the Q is buffed, where basically when you arcane curse someone, it does double damage if they're silenced. Believe it or not, you have 2 other silences. So this spell does a stupid amount of damage. On top of that, Glaives of Wisdom was buffed. It was buffed in a way where it's better at level 1. It's worse at max, but it's better at level 1, which is obviously a buff to support Silencer, which is obviously what we're talking about. And the last thing to note is that Veil is one of the better items in Dota. Look at his team comp this game. They're like all magical damage. Buying a Veil, amping up your Arcane Curse, and then also taking the Arcane Curse damage talent at level 10, which I didn't mention earlier, is insane. This is one of the best level 10 talents in Dota. It just straight up is. Look at the damage on Arcane Curse. It's 40. At level 10, you get 15 more. That's almost half extra, right? Most talents don't even come close to that. There's level 20 talents that don't buff the damage by double. It's insane. And you see in this clip here how easy it is to burst people. You're generally going to lead with your E, especially against a hero like Mirana, who you want to silence as fast as possible. Then you're going to pop your Q. In this case, he didn't even feel like he had to because of how easy it is to kill Mirana. but that's the gist. Just chill on the outside and toss out your Q onto as many people as possible. Now, this game ends up only going 21 minutes, but that's kind of like the funniest part. This hero is just kind of stupid, so that happens a lot. But nonetheless, let's look at this this Willow's HP in this fight. So, you know, Silencer's going on him. He's pretty far ahead, obviously. This is a level 12 Silencer, but it doesn't really change the fact that all the damage is just, it's not even from level 12, it's from just level 10, right, at best. But as he goes on this Willow, just look at Willow's HP pool. Willow as a hero naturally has to use her W defensively, which is going to proc the silence on the E and reset the Arcane Curse. As a result, Arcane Curse does double damage, and look at her health points. Every single tick of Arcane Curse, which is going to last for a long time now, is doing about 80 damage. It's stupid, right? Like literally, Silencer nearly solo killed Dark Willow here. And you can imagine for heroes that have really low cooldowns, if they can't purge Silencer Q and they are consistently getting silenced by his E or by his ult, they just die. And on the note of getting consistently silenced, the next item he was gonna buy if this game continued on was the Ags. The reason why it's good is basically you AoE Arcane Curse, then you AoE Last Word, hopefully will proc around the same time as the Q, right? The Q reprocking when people cast spells, they get silenced, they tick from the Arcane Curse, and they get annihilated. The AoE of the Aghanim Scepter Last Word, and the AoE of Arcane Curse, and the AoE of Val are all about the same, so they synergize absurdly well. And yeah, funny enough about this game, guess who says end? It's the Morphling who he took an absolute dump on in lane. Not very surprising. If you want to make carry players rage, guys, all you gotta do is pick Silencer in your pubs, spam your Q, spam your W, spam mangoes, spam regen, don't go near the enemy support, just punch the carry, and you'll probably win the game. Thank you guys so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace! And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website, where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace!